In this video, I'm going to show you how to land your first UGC deal in 7 days, even if you've never created content before and have zero audience. My name is Sydney, and I'm one of the first UGC creators, and now I teach beginners how to do UGC and make a full-time income from anywhere in the world with just a few hours a day. By the end of this video, you'll know 1, how to make good content so the brands will hire you again and again, 2, how to actually find those brands that are looking for UGC creators, and 3, exactly what to say to those brands so that they want to hire you. All within 7 days. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's get into it. Okay, Bessie, I'm going to be very honest with you. A 7-day timeline is very tight. This is going to be intensive, but you're not here for basic bitch shit. So let's do it. When I got started in UGC in 2022, there was nobody telling me what to do. There was no platforms that made pitching easy. There was nothing that made this simpler or easier. We were figuring everything out on our own, including what the brands wanted, what to say to brands, how to find them. And so let me tell you, the trial and error was insane. I reached out to thousands of brands for 4 months without landing a single paid collaboration. But once I finally did and I figured this whole thing out, it just started snowballing from there. So before I get into everything, I want to tell you exactly what UGC is. You know how whenever we were little, we would watch those commercials with all the kids playing with the toys, and like that's how we made our Christmas list. Like we would wait for the commercials and we would be like, I want this for Christmas, I want this for Christmas, and we would have all these commercials with these kids playing with toys. They looked like they were having so much fun, so excited, and that's how we figured out the things that we wanted for Christmas. Okay, well, these days, we're not really watching TV like that. We're watching streaming services, we're skipping the commercials, we're not doing that like we used to. What we're doing instead is we're getting on social media. So we're either mindlessly scrolling and coming across these commercials, or we are actively searching them out. So when you're looking for a product or you're looking for a recommendation, you're actively searching out creators so that you can hear their experiences with the product. That's UGC. Basically, it's any of those ads that you see with normal people that are talking about their experience with the product, the benefits they had. That's UGC. And in 2025, there are tens of millions of brands that are hiring for this, and they're looking for multiple creators for multiple campaigns a month. Like if I was a girl in 2025 that had a 9-to-5 and I was trying to quit it, I wouldn't do influencing because you have to build an audience, and I would not waste my time with becoming an affiliate because you only get paid 3 to 40% depending on how many products sell. No, I would start UGC. Because anybody can do it without any experience. The only thing you really need to learn is how to infuse sales and marketing psychology into your videos, but you can learn that. It is the simplest way for women right now to make a lot of money online. So day 1 of your 7-day run to UGC creation, this is gonna be a prep day. I know it sounds like we're not doing that much, but I swear to you at the end of this day, your brain is gonna feel so full. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna create a UGC social media. I don't care if you have 50 bazillion gajillion followers on your social media, create a new one. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Don't come at me. We're going to talk about Twitter later. When I started UGC, my TikTok had 50,000 followers, and I still started over a new TikTok. So don't message me and ask me if you are the exception to the rule, because I will tell you the same thing that I tell everybody else. No, we want to create a platform on social media that makes it very clear what you do, what you offer, and if a brand lands on your page, they understand who you are, what you can do for them, and that you're a UGC creator. And the only way to do that is by making this a very, very specific Instagram for this niche. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to start following a bunch of UGC creators. Now, this is going to, number 1, make you feel like there are so many UGC creators in the world. I'm going to tell you right now, UGC is not oversaturated. I'm going to say this again. UGC is not oversaturated. The algorithm, it's doing its thing. It's showing you what you're saying you like. So if you start seeing a bunch of UGC creators all over your feed, just know that the algorithm's doing its thing and it's working. There are tens of millions of brands just in the US alone that are looking to hire UGC creators. So I promise you there is enough to go around, babe. Third thing you're going to do is you're going to make a UGC email. We cannot email brands with XOXO Choochie Baby XO. Yes, that was my email in high school. That's not going to work anymore. So we're going to create something that's a little bit more professional, like Sydney Mohni UGC, Sydney UGC, Sydney Creative UGC. I don't care what you make it. Just make it something. It really doesn't matter what it is. Just not your high school email. And then number 4, you're going to start looking at a bunch of UGC examples. I want you to start searching UGC examples and saving ones that you really enjoyed, drew you in, caught your attention, whether it's because of the visuals or what was said or the concept or whatever. I don't care why you save it. Just save UGC videos that are catching your eye. Now, I want you to really focus on the UGC examples that either have talking to camera or the creator is doing a voiceover, meaning that there's visuals on the screen while there's a voiceover going. These are going to be the videos that are going to make you stand out. 95% 95% of new UGC creators are going to create the same looking videos. It's like beautiful aesthetics with trending audio and sometimes some ASMR, but this means you're not going to stand out. And I think probably this is the first type of video that we gravitate towards because it's comfortable and you don't have to be on camera and you don't have to show any confidence, but that's not what we're going to do. We are going to be the creators that are going to talk to camera, talk on camera, show our face, all of this good stuff because it's going to make you appeal to more brands. It is scientifically proven that videos that have voice and face in it sell better. So it's what brands want. So it's what we're going to create. So day one, this is prep day. Do this research, get those things prepped. Your brain will probably feel full by the end of the day. Just make sure that you're saving all of those examples that you really love. It's going to be helpful on day two. Day two, we're going to be creating UGC examples. Now, most of the time when I say this, people are like, but Sydney, I have no brands sending me products. Well, duh, you've never created any examples before. So what you're going to do is you're going to walk around your house and you're going to pick out 3 to 5 products that you love. I don't care if it's your toothbrush, your oven, your microphone. I don't care what it is. You are going to pick out 3 to 5 products that you love and we're going to create videos about those. Yes, free, unpaid videos so that you can start landing some paid work. Once you've picked out your 3 to 5 products, then it's time to understand how to write a UGC script. The most basic structure of a UGC script is going to be hook, problem, solution, benefits, and then CTA. This is a very, very, very basic structure. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to create a killer UGC video and really, really understand the structure of UGC videos, I'm going to link down in the description below my in-depth tutorial on how to create a really good UGC video. There is tons of information in there, but it's way too much to include in this video. So let me walk you through the basic structure. Like I said, the hook is going to go first. This is going to be the first 3 to 5 seconds. This is where you're catching the attention, stopping the scroll. You want this to be really visually appealing. You also want to put text on screen, and you also want to say something that's maybe thought-provoking or curiosity-driven or challenging or introduces a problem or something relatable. There's so many options on how to start your hook, but this is probably one of the most important parts of the video because if you can't stop somebody's scroll, then you're not going to be able to get them to watch the rest of the video. Second part of a UGC video is going to be the problem. This is where you're introducing the struggle that the viewer is having. You want to speak to them in a language that they would speak in. So how do they talk about this problem? How does it feel? What are they experiencing? What exactly do they say? The third part is the solution, which basically you're introducing the product as the solution to the problem you just talked about. Then you're going to talk about the benefits. These are going to be the unique benefits to this specific product. So make sure you're paying attention to this, right? So if I'm talking about this microphone, I'm not going to talk about this little fluffy head and how it clips onto my shirt and how it attaches to my phone. No, every single microphone does that. Why do I love this microphone over other microphones? Well, especially because this one's $150 and you can get other microphones for like $10 or $20, but this one is so reliable and so consistent. I never get the popping. The battery lasts freaking forever. The sound doesn't go up and down. It is the most reliable microphone I have ever used. And if you're a content creator, you know how much that means, right? So what are the product benefits that are unique to this product that make it better than all the other products in the same niche? And then you're ending with the CTA. The CTA is basically telling them to click the link or whatever else you want them to do at the end of the video. So just tell them to click the link if they want XYZ. So if I was writing a UGC script for this microphone, I might start the hook out with something like, I've spent thousands of dollars on content creation tools, and this is the only one that I absolutely must have with me at all times. And then I would go into the problem. I've tried so many microphones, but I either get a popping noise or they die halfway through or the sound is inconsistent. And I was getting so frustrated. I just wanted to quit using them altogether. Solution. Then I found this DJI microphone. And to be honest with you, I had a little bit of sticker shock because it is $150, but let me tell you, it is so worth it. Then the product benefits. I've never had a microphone last hours and hours through filming. It's always consistent. I never get any of those pops or those weird sound waves. The sound is always the same. It muffles the background sound. It's incredible. I cannot believe how amazing this microphone is. And then your CTA. If you're sick of dealing with microphones that are constantly giving you more trouble than they're worth, you need to try the DJI microphone today. Very, very simple. Now, obviously that was an off the cuff script, so it's going to be better when you actually sit down, write, and pay more attention to it, but you get the point. Once you picture products, written the scripts, you're going to film everything, all the little clips of your product, you talking to camera, et cetera, et cetera. Then you're going to edit it, put it all together. This can be very simple, done in CapCut. You now have 3 to 5 example UGC videos. Now, please do not stress too much about this and don't overthink this too much. When I look back at my very first UGC video that I ever did, the example video that helped land me my first paid collaborations, it was terrible. But you know, that thing landed me like a free king size mattress, a free portable freezer, sponsor and my first paid collaboration. So now the thing here is that you want to do your best to stand out from other creators. So you can do that by injecting personality, some crazy edits if you have some editing experience, really describing well the problem that the consumer has and speaking directly to their pain points. There's a lot of ways to do this, and we're already taking a really great leap by not doing that aesthetic visuals with the trending audio, blah, blah, blah. You are showing up on camera, you're showing your energy, you're showing your voice, and that is going to go so far. Now, you can definitely use those examples that you collected on day one to help you with inspiration of different types of UGC videos. My suggestion, if you're going to do all 5 videos, would be a testimonial, a product demo, some type of green screen video, a video with a voiceover and B-roll, so no talking to camera, just a voice over a bunch of shots, and then a skit style video where you have 2 characters that are kind of volleying back and forth and talking to each other. And if you would like some UGC examples, I actually have a video that I can link down in the description, and you can also check out my highlights on Instagram where I post a bunch of my UGC examples that brands have actually paid for. By the way, in UGC Mastery Academy, we hold your hands step by step while you learn how to do this. If you want to learn more, I'd be happy to chat with you and see if you'd be a good fit. Just go to my Instagram and DM me the word YouTube and let's chat. Okay, we've done our research. We've created some videos. On day 3, we're going to put together our UGC portfolio. This does not have to be crazy, fancy, whatever. I know you. I see you. You're already overthinking the colors, the fonts, the layout, blah, 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 blah. Don't, okay? It's not really that important. What you do want to remember is that this is a sales page. So you want to make sure that it is super filled with your personality, the benefits of hiring you, and your videos are front and center. That is the most important part. If you want a full breakdown of my portfolio that helped me generate $191,000 of UGC deals in 2024, I'm going to link that down in the description below as well. I'll literally walk you through the entire layout, why I did what I did, and how you can do it and make your own portfolio. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Sydney, I don't have any experience. I don't know what to put in my portfolio. If you don't have any experience, you don't have any metrics, you've never worked with a brand before, you've never really created content before, that's okay. What makes you stand out from everybody else? What makes you unique? What transferable skills do you have from previous jobs or from previous things that you did that you may be able to incorporate into this new career path? And if you have none of that, but you're really funny, that works too. You just want to remember that this portfolio is basically your resume. It's going to be the brand's first impression of you. Now, we are already doing amazing things standing out by having you talking to camera. I'm going to continue to say that over and over and over again because it's one of the best things that you can do. It's the easiest way to transfer your energy from you to the brand. Now, with that being said, it's a really, really great idea for you to create some sort of intro video. If you go and look at my portfolio, you can see mine. It's full of a ton of stats and might intimidate you a little bit if you have no experience, but you can kind of get the gist of what I'm looking for. You basically want to create a video where you're introducing yourself to brands, you're talking about yourself, you are sharing your energy, you're sharing your passion, you're sharing your excitement, maybe your hobbies, some things that make you unique. Just focus on making yourself stand out to the best of your ability. Now, the 3 biggest tips that I can give you with your portfolio is number 1, make sure to include your location so that any local brands find you can actually hire you. Number 2, put call to action buttons throughout your entire portfolio, meaning you don't just want to have your email linked at the top and the bottom of your portfolio. Put buttons throughout your portfolio that brands can click on and it takes them to your email, which is like something that says like work with me or email me or something like that. And number 3, make sure your videos are right at the top. So like you want your intro page and then your videos. What you're going to do is you're just going to go to Canva and then you're going to type in portfolio website. Make sure that it is a website so that it can be published like one-page website that's just scrollable rather than a slideshow style where they have to like click through each one. You'll see what I mean when you look at it. Okay, day 1 we did research. Day 2 we made our videos. Day 3 we put together our portfolio, and day 4 we're going to write our pitch. To find brands that you want to work with, there's nowhere to register yourself as a UGC creator. There's no database, there's no formal certificate, nothing. Like you're a freelancer. And so the best way to find brands is to reach out to them via email and offer your services. This is kind of where a lot of creators get a little tripped up and they overthink what to say and they get a little freaked out and they're like, I can't do this. That's not going to be you because you're watching this video. We're going to write 3 pitches for 3 different niches that you want to work with. I recommend doing one as like kind of a general pitch and then maybe 2 other niches, maybe a pet niche or beauty niche or home or plants or whatever. Just some stuff you're interested in. Now, what I will say is as you become a UGC creator, your niche picks you. I have worked with over 200 students in UGC Mastery Academy, and every time they come in and tell me what niche they want to work with, it never ends up working out. Your niche picks you. And what I mean by that is I work predominantly with tech brands, specifically AI, websites, apps, things like that. I did not want to do that when I started. I wanted to get home decor and furniture and stuff like that. But the tech niche found me, it loved me, and that's what mostly hires me. So in my opinion, keeping an open mind about niches that you want to work with as a UGC creator is going to make you way more successful and way more diverse, because you never know which niche will pick you. So while we are writing 3 pitches for 3 different niches, you're going to keep your mind open. Okay. Now, to write this pitch, it's very simple. Honestly, don't overthink this too much, but just remember there's a couple things that we can do to make your pitch stronger. But the basic layout of a pitch is you're going to say hi name, you're going to introduce yourself a little bit, maybe compliment the brand, and then you're going to talk about your experience or your services that you're offering, and then you're going to end with a CTA that is a direct question. Okay. Now, if this sounds a little intimidating, I'm going to read you my pitch so that you can kind of get a little bit of a framework. Hi name, I'm Sydney. I'm one of the earliest UGC creators, started in 2022 with a 10-year background in social media marketing. I specialize in bold ideas, stomping on an iPhone for one of my videos, and script writing for brands. I've written over 2,500 scripts for brands like Petco and Pact. I've seen thousands of ad campaigns from start to finish, especially in the technology and app category. From Trend Talk, who I created a top performing ad with 8.4 million views, to Motion, an AI tech that is a reoccurring client, to gaming, increasing overall watch time by 3% for 4S apps. And I think this experience can benefit brand names' meta ad strategy. I'd love to show my clients what I can do before I commit to anything long term. Any chance your team might be open to a single UGC video with the openness to discuss something longer term if I can earn you a positive outcome? Sounds like a lot of flashing my stats, right? And it is. But you don't have to do that. If you break it down, it really is an intro, something special about me, a little bit of my experience and my offer, and then a CTA. Nothing crazy. As you become more advanced, you can create something that has a bunch of stats like this, but I'm going to tell you how to do this if you're a beginner and you've never, ever done anything like this. So a couple things that you can do. My recommendation, if you have no content creation experience, is number 1, think about any transferable skills that you have that you can bring in from previous jobs. Maybe you were a teacher and you have a bunch of experience talking to groups of students and explaining things in a simple way. Maybe you were a cosmetologist and you have a ton of personable skills and you know how to explain things to clients in a way that they understand. There's so many transferable skills that you can offer here. The next thing you can do is talk about what you're excited to do. So don't tell people you're a new UGC creator, but you can talk about what you're excited to do in Q4, Q1, whatever. So biggest tips that I can give you with pitch writing is number 1, don't be boring and basic. Duh. This is basically your cover letter to the resume portfolio that we created. We do not want this to be any basic bitch shit. And what I mean by that is don't be boring in your sentences. I'm going to read you a sentence, how most creators would put it in their pitch, and then how I put it in my pitch. The sentence is, I specialize in bold ideas and script writing for brands. Okay, says who? What does that mean? What do you mean you specialize in? What does that mean? But if we adjust this sentence just a little bit to add some proof, it sounds like this. I specialize in bold ideas like stomping on a phone for one of my videos, and script writing. I've written over 2,500 scripts for brands like Pact and Blue Apron. I'm adding supporting evidence to the statements that I'm making. Every single UGC creator is going to say, I specialize in high converting short form videos. Boring. So boring. Everybody says that. It means nothing. It feels empty. If you want your pitch to be rich and full of flavor and full of depth, give supporting evidence for every single thing you're doing. Now, if you're like, I'm brand new and I don't know, I haven't done anything like that before, you could say what you want to do. Like, I specialize in bold ideas, and then tell them what you want to do. Just because you haven't done it yet doesn't mean it hasn't come creatively from your brain. Or if you want to get into the dog niche, talk about your dog's personality, its name, whatever. Like, share little details that help the person connect with you. And I need you to remember this. This is the most important thing that I'm going to say. The people that you're pitching are literally just girls. Some of them are just boys, but they're literally just girls. They are literally just people on the other side of the screen. Please treat them as such. Please do not treat them like robots. This is not the corporate world. You are in a very, very creative and strategic position, and you get to let your personality shine, and you get to do a lot of things that you didn't get to do in the corporate world. So let that be fun. Okay, day 1, we did research. Day 2, we made videos. Day 3, we created our portfolio. Day 4, we wrote our pitch. Day 5, we're going to start sending that pitch out to brands. Now, when I first started in UGC, I would have to go scroll on Instagram, find some brands that I've never heard of before, go to their website, go to their contact section, see if I can find their marketing email them, and then I would have to put them on a list to make sure that I followed up with them. And then I would have to do this over and 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 over again for like 100 brands a day. It took me hours. I mean hours. You don't have to do that because now there's a platform called Bento, and Bento is the freaking GOAT when it comes to pitching. And if you're a UGC creator and you're not using Bento, you are making a huge mistake. Now, the other way that a lot of UGC creators get started is on those UGC apps, and this is also probably a mistake. When I started UGC, these apps were a lot less competitive because there was less UGC creators, and a lot of people want to start UGC, but they don't want to do the cold pitching because it's uncomfortable. So they'll all get on the UGC apps, and you're competing with like a bazillion other people to get to the same brand deal. These brand deals are only worth like $30 to $40. You can't create a relationship with these brands that will end up in a long-term relationship because you're kind of restricted by the platform. And then UGC creators wonder why they're burnt out because they keep accepting $30 to $40 deals and don't know how to scale. Well, duh, because you're leaving your fate in the hands of a freaking app. So you're going to go to onbento.com and you're going to create an account. Now, when you're signing up for an account, it's going to ask you all kinds of stuff like, are you a UGC creator? What niches do you want to work in? Blah, blah, blah. Fill all that out. Then it's going to ask you if you have a pitch. You can either enter your pitch or you can put your portfolio in there and it will actually scan your portfolio and have AI write you a pitch. The reason I had you write your own pitch is because if you didn't spend a lot of time on your portfolio or if you don't have a ton of stats and stuff in your portfolio, it's not going to write you as good of a pitch. But you can do both. You can insert the pitch that you wrote and have them write you one, whatever you want to do. Once you get into Bento, it's basically a database of thousands and thousands and thousands of brands and their contact information that are actively looking for creators to work with. So basically Bento has an algorithm. As you start applying to brands, it's going to basically start filtering through and sending you more and more and more and more brands that look like this. Now, Bento is a paid platform to actually utilize it properly. I'm going to give you this disclaimer. This is not sponsored. This is not sponsored. I just love Bento. I do have a discount code to save 10% if you want. It's Sydney, but this is not sponsored. I just think Bento is the freaking GOAT. So once you start applying to brands, you'll start seeing that you can actually set follow-ups. Now, this is super important because most of my brand deals that I have landed from cold pitch outreach have been on the second or third email. So you can set up to 4 follow-ups. Now, I know you. This is going to be perfect for you because I know you. You think that sending the first email was annoying. You're worried about sending these pitches to these brands. You're worried about being annoying, being in their inbox. There's no way in hell you're going to send a second email, especially if you're somebody that's like, there's no way I'm double texting anybody ever. Like if you won't double text your friend, there's no way you're going to double email a brand. But this is where most of the brand deals are landed. So just let AI do it for you. You can also track everything you're doing on Bento. It gives you AI prompts on how to answer brands. It's the best all-in-one platform. My recommendation to you is to start with pitching 50 brands on your first day. Now, I'm letting you off easy. My students pitch 200 to 300 brands a week. So we're starting off with about 50 brands our first day. I would recommend keeping up a similar pace if you want to go fast. If you don't want to go fast, you can do less. Whew, okay, we are on day 6. Day 1, we did research. Day 2, we created content. Day 3, we did our portfolio. Day 4, we wrote our pitch. Day 5, we started reaching out to brands. Now, day 6, we are going to get on X. Yes, the app formerly known as Twitter. Yes, 100%. I did also used to think that this app was just for politics and sports. It's not. It's one of the best places to land UGC collaborations. And more than that, it's one of the best places to get in contact with agencies. Now, agencies are basically a company that brands go to and they say, hey, I need 5 videos with 5 different creators. And then the agency has a roster of creators that they work with over and over and over and over and over again. And they'll select from that roster the creators that are most aligned with that brand. And then they will send you that work. Really, really easy way to continually get brand collaborations. Now, X is where I landed my very first brand collaboration. It was $150 for one of those little astronaut light things. And also it was where I got connected with the agency that really helped me take my UGC career off. This agency was for a dog agency. I don't think it even exists anymore, but it was for a dog brand agency. And they basically would send me briefs, like 3 or 4 of them a month. And I would just film content for these brands, send it to the agency would send it to the brand, blah, blah, blah. But it really created this consistency in my income, number 1, and number 2, helped me build my confidence. So I attribute that agency to my UGC growth 100%. So what you're going to do is you're going to get on X, you're going to start following a bunch of UGC creators and start training your algorithm. Then you're going to start searching keywords like UGC Creator, Creators Wanted, UGC Creators Wanted, blah, blah, blah. Once you start searching those keywords, these jobs will start popping up. And then you can either reply or DM to apply. They'll tell you what they want you to do. Just follow the directions. And if you see the same person posting a bunch of different deals, they probably work for an agency, and it would be definitely really smart to get in their back pocket. X is such a fast moving platform that it's really, really easy to stand out. There's no rhyme or reason to the virality of it. So you can go viral really easily for no reason at all. And it's really easy to connect with different people, different companies, and different UGC creators and really create a community, which is going to be important along this journey. My recommendation would be to get on X every single day, start posting your UGC examples, replying to brands, replying to agencies, replying to all those job opportunities that are posted, and creating community with other creators. Okay, we have researched, we have started our content creation, we have made a portfolio, we've written a pitch, we've started pitching brands, we have gotten on X. It's day 7 and we are going to start working on our personal brand. Now, if you've ever heard of an inbound versus an outbound brand deal, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is right now. An inbound brand deal is basically the sign that you've made it as a UGC creator, because this means that brands are finding you on social media, reaching out directly to you because they want to work with you specifically. And the best part about these is that usually they have a better budget and they're much more flexible with their budget because they already know you, like you, and trust you from watching your social media, and they're willing to pay more for you. This is the goal of all UGC creators, is to get inbound deals. Now, to get inbound deals, outbound deals on the other hand, are when you are sending emails to brands and you're finding brand deals that way. Now, the way to get inbound brand deals is by creating a personal brand. And you're like, ew, I don't want to do that. I don't want to post on social media. You don't have to. This is not required, but it is highly, highly, highly recommended. Creating a personal brand on social media is basically going to be positioning yourself as an expert in the space. And you're like, I'm not an expert. Doesn't matter. Pretend. Confidence will get you really far, babe. And if you have no confidence yet, then just pretend like you do. Listen, I need people to be more delusional. Like, I need you to be a little bit more delulu about your capabilities and about your abilities. I need you to be a little bit more delusional. Just believe that you can do it. Just show up like you already have a million brands in your inbox. It's fine. Brands will love the confidence. They'll love the energy, they'll love the charisma. So what do you want to post to create this personal brand? Well, number 1 is going to be UGC examples. So those 5 examples that we created, you're going to be posting those on your social media so that brands can actually find you. Tag those brands in these posts and they might see them. They could offer you a collaboration if they like your video, and then just start posting creatively. And I don't just mean tips and hacks of being a UGC creator. Like, that's fine, and it shows that you have knowledge in the industry and you know what you're doing, but posting creatively about being a UGC creator will be even stronger. And what I want you to think of is kind of like your social media as like a online portfolio. So every single post is going to show your editing style, the way you show up on camera, your energy, your personality, the things that you do in your life, right? Like, if you're trying to work with couples brands or dog brands or kids brands, maybe you want to show more of that. You can post like day in the life as a UGC creator. You can post, come with me while I do this brand deal, or, you know, I've decided to become a UGC creator over the next 7 days and come along with me as I do this, and post something every day. Just get creative with it, have fun with it. And the best way to build your personal brand is to stand out. So don't copy what the other top UGC creators are doing. I think a lot of people end up thinking that UGC is oversaturated because they don't know how to stand out in the space. They just copy what the other UGC creators are doing. Have you ever seen any creators online that are just like look like a watered down version of your favorite influencer? Because I have, and it's really awkward when that happens, because it's like, babe, do you have your own personality? That's what you need to find. Build your personal brand as you, a UGC creator with a personality, your story, your experience, you. That is how you will stand out to brands. Now, you just learned how to land a brand deal in 7 days. I want to be very clear with you. I'm not telling you that this is definitely going to happen in 7 days, because it might not. It doesn't for everybody. Everybody's journey is different. And I don't want you to feel like if this doesn't work and you don't land a brand deal in 7 days that you are terrible. You're not. Could happen for sure. 100% definitely could land a brand deal in the next 7 days following this process. 1000%. But if it doesn't happen for you, I challenge you to continue on anyways. Because if I was going to tell you in 12 months from today, I need you to hustle for 12 months. I mean, work your ass off, commit to doing this, pitch all the brands, get the no's, collect everything, like really commit to doing this process for 12 months. And in 12 months, you can quit your 9-to-5 job. Would you quit? Like, would you stop becoming a UGC creator? No, probably not. And what I'm trying to say is it's probably going to take longer than you want it to, but it's not going to happen at all if you don't start. If you want to learn more about starting a UGC career, that's exactly what we do in UGC Mastery Academy. So go to my Instagram profile in the description, DM me the word YouTube, and let's have a genuine chat about whether or not you'd be a good fit. And I'll answer all of your questions.